You know that Sway in the Morning segment, Get in the Game? It's where a new upcoming artist, they get a chance to play two of their songs, and the listeners decide if they get in the game or sit on the bench. Well, friend, you know life is doing the exact same thing to us in real time. Every time we find ourselves at a fork in the road or facing a new opportunity or just some real moment to show up, that is life telling us to get in the game. And some women, they step up to the mic and they're ready. And some women disappear right when it is their turn. So, friend, which one are you? Okay, let's get into it. Because let's be real, we have all faced the fork in the road, looking at the path that seems like it's super familiar because we've already worn down that path. We've walked it a million times. We could walk it in our sleep. But then there's also the other path that is unknown, it's overgrown, and we can't see down that path at all. But yet there is like something calling us to go down that path. I think that that calling is speaking to the future version of ourselves who already knows that's yours down there. And you need to go and get what's yours. But let's be real, friend, when that promotion is now available, it means you got to be willing to step up and be fully seen. Or when you finally get in that place in that new relationship where now it's gotten deep enough to where it requires real vulnerability, or maybe you are just so close to chasing your dream that now it's close enough to where you can actually touch it, and then the Houdini comes in. That's when the disappearing act gets real because, friend, it's easy to pick up your bags and go down that path that you've traveled millions of times because that path is safe. You know what's down that path. And we even fool ourselves because so many times we think that if we just pick up our bags and go down that familiar path, that we're avoiding making a choice at that fork in the road. But no decision is still a decision. Making a choice is happening regardless. E40 told us, he said, everybody got choices. And it's true, friend. We always have a choice. And even if you're standing at a fork in the road right now and you're leaning towards going down that familiar path, that is still making a choice, even if that familiar path leaves you standing still. Trust me, I've been there. I faced a fork in the road in December when I decided, oh, sorry, decided not gonna edit it out either. Imma just leave it, friend. You know I was about to say decided. But the same fork in the road popped up on me in December when I decided to start this YouTube channel. And I started strong, friend. I was posting every day, and then life happened. And don't get me wrong, life happens to us. I feel like whenever we make a decision to do something, once the universe knows that we've made that choice, it's like, oh, let me see if she really mean it. Let me throw this at her real quick and see what she does. And sometimes the things that life is throwing at us, they are excuses because I feel like life wants to see, are you still going to choose your same old excuses, or are you going to actually decide to do something different? And I was definitely there. When life hit me, I let it take me out the game. And I really went back and forth. I would start and stop, start and fade. And It wasn't until sometime in early February when I was thinking about where I wanted to be next December. I started this channel in December and I wanted to post every day for a year. Mind you, friend, I ain't never posted no videos ever, let alone daily. I mean, I would try, but it was not consistent, friend. And yet here I took this challenge to do it every day. Like sometimes my audacity be at an all-time high. But needless to say, I started thinking about starting this in December and where I want to be next December. And the thought of being in the same exact place next December was enough to light a fire under me. I decided from that moment I needed to recommit. So I recommitted as of February 15th, and I've been going strong ever since. Hey, yes, clap it up. Remember, friend, always celebrate yourself, okay? Because your results do not always give you wins. Sometimes your results are not resulting, but you still got to find the win, friend. And that's exactly what I have been doing. So, regardless of what results are showing up right now, I'm just building my own muscle to show up every day. It's not about any other external results. I could be looking at views and likes and all of those things. And don't get me wrong, there's a place and a time for those things to matter. But right now, I'm really doing this for me. I'm really doing this to build a muscle of being seen. And so, friend, I just invite you to think about what opportunity is coming up for you. And this is not the time that you want to fall in that normal pattern of disappearing. This time, you actually want to recommit and show up. And friend, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every day is going to be easy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every day you're going to want to do it. Because today was one of them days, friend. I was like, you know what? I've been doing so good. They won't miss it today. But that's just the disappearing talking. That's just the excuses trying to get me on their side. But I can't go for that, okay? So, friend, when you find yourself at that crossroads, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to choose the same thing and stay where it's familiar, even if that's not really what you even want anymore? Or are you going to take a risk, take a chance, and forge your way down that unknown path? Or, as I like to say, sashay your way down that unknown path, okay? And two, just recognizing the disappearing pattern, it's protecting us from something, right? For me, it was protecting me from the fear of being seen. And it's, a lot of being afraid of starting small and, being like, hey, I started this new thing and I'm so excited about it and I know it's going to be fantastic, but some of my videos don't have no views or they have low views. And it is not easy to decide that you're really going to do something and stick with it, even when the results ain't resulting. But again, that's really not where I'm getting my wins. I'm getting my wins in me showing up, doing a video every day, despite what's going on in life, despite how I feel, despite wanting to do what I have been doing my whole life, which is shrinking. So, I really encourage you, friend, to think about what it is that disappearing has been giving you protection. It's been keeping you safe from something, and it's important to explore what that is for you. One more thing to consider, friend. I know that when we talk about really going after your dreams or even opening yourself up in relationships and taking that risk, we often talk about things from the fear perspective. We're afraid of what will happen. But there's one piece that I want you to really consider within that fear aspect, and that's the fear of success, because that brings with it its own level of things too. Because if it works out, what does that really mean for you? Does that mean that you have to show up bigger and brighter than ever? Does it mean that you really have to put your heart on the line and really open yourself up in that relationship and trust that that person is not going to take your heart and stomp on it? Like, it comes with its own set of risk when we think about something being successful. For so many years, I spent so much time constantly focusing in on what I was afraid of. And it was usually the worst case scenario, like whatever the worst was going to be, that was my focus. But as I've worked through that, now it's like the fear of success is real, friend. So think about, where is your fear coming from? Where does that stem from? What is it showing you about yourself? And are you ready to take a risk and grow from that? I know sometimes we like to see the fork as the problem, but the fork is really not the problem. The fork is an invitation. It is calling you closer to everything that you say that you want. And you can choose to take a step in the direction and get comfortable with not knowing. And just know that no matter what path you take, you can still get to your dreams. And sometimes that unknown path, it's actually faster than the path that you know, because the path that you know can have you wandering for 40 days and 40 nights. And sometimes that unknown path, it's like the shortcut that we didn't know that we needed. So I invite you to be okay with taking a risk. If you want what you say you want, you got to be willing to take the risk and trust that no matter what path you take, you're going to be okay. And that is probably the biggest message that I want you to take from this video is, no matter what path you choose, you are going to be okay. Because even the path that you're on right now, there was a point in time where this too was unknown, where this too was scary, and you still took the step anyway. So now it's time for you to get in the game. Okay. Oh. So, friend, let me ask you, and feel free to use this journal prompt because this is going to be a good one. Let me check my notes real quick. Ow, ow, ow. Let's see. Okay. Where am I standing at a fork right now? And what am I afraid will happen if I actually show up fully? Ooh, friend. Ooh, that's a good one. That is so good. Journal on that, friend. And then I want you to leave me just one word in the comments about the area that you feel that fork in the road is in. Is it in your career? Is it in your relationships? Is it a dream that you have been stewing on forever and haven't quite taken a step in that direction? Just drop it in the comments, friend, because let's make it real. Let's start breathing life into that area of your life. And I can't wait to meet you and support you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.